and I just watched The Journey to China, The Mystery of the Iron Mask, or the Iron Mask as it was known in the States, and it's a sequel to the 2014 Russian-Chinese fantasy adventure film VIY. The Iron Mask sees Oleg Stepchenko back directing, and headline stars Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jackie Chan. No, really, look, they're right there. On the poster, it's so big and beautiful. They headline this movie, right? They're not even in the fucking movie. What a joke. Arnold has a credit in the movie as an executive producer, and Chan is a special participant? These two don't even have what I would consider supporting roles and have no influence on the outcome of the movie, just a weird ending where they come back after being absent for over an hour so that we can get a really weird prisoner / abusive warden friendship thing, and then learn the dragon is all around us.
He's in the mountains. The sea.
In your tea. They appear briefly at the beginning and end, and that is all. What the movie is really basically about is Jonathan Green, a cartographer who sets out to map the far east of Russia, which leads him to China, when his wife finds out he's traveling with a boy who's actually a beautiful princess. She worries he's going to have sex with her, so she answers Chan's message that he sent from prison out of a window on a pigeon's foot. When she arrives at the prison, she frees the man in the Iron Mask, who somehow obtains the dragon seal that in the hands of the real princess will end the evil witch's rule and free a dragon they've enslaved for years, whose long, lustrous eyelashes supply nourishment for tea plants.
Far, far away, in the south of the Heavenly Empire, there lived the great dragon. His eyelashes went down deep into the ground and came back up as beautiful plants, healing the souls and bodies of those who suffered. People called the leaves of this plant tea.
I'm not making this shit up, guys. It's as ridiculous watching it unfold on screen as it sounds. And I don't know if you had this problem, and maybe I'm the only one, but when I first heard about this movie, I thought maybe I had ran into some sort of Mandela effect, like the Berenstain Bears. I was like, wait, I saw this movie like 15 years ago. Only to come to find out later that it was actually Around the World in 80 Days, another terrible Arnold Chan team up. But that's nothing compared to this craptacular fantasy. It tries so hard to be a magical Disney adventure, but imagine something more along the lines of The Last Airbender shitting out Doolittle, and then Doolittle having the Mandela effect, and instead of Downey in the movie, it was Norm Macdonald. I mean, actually, for the first 30 minutes of this movie, until the unmasking, I actually thought the man in the mask was Norm Macdonald. These two sound just alike. Then I realized that Macdonald would have been an upgrade. Yuri Koklin-Nakinov, or whatever his name is here, who plays Peter the Great, gives a performance so horrific. I'm actually at a loss of words.
All those long British evenings, he kept teaching me the secrets of his amazing art. And I learn a lot from him.
There are entire scenes here that feel like they're building up to something bigger, like maybe Peter and the princess having some sort of connection that will just end abruptly with lines like, "Do it now," cut, back to another scene. It doesn't feel right. The villain is a false princess who uses masks and magic to give offense to people of her city. She's all powerful. Her treasurer, she has 3 wizards. Apparently, well, I guess they invented electricity in the year 1700 and figured out a way to harness it in little bottles. The only way I can describe these guys is you gotta think about the Skeksis from The Dark Crystal. If they had over-the-top Asian stereotypes, you know what? That's making this movie even sound too good.
Throw the square! Filthy peasants! Pay the gold and be gone! We do so much for you. begging to the dragon not to be angry and to grant us the healing seas.
The CGI effects aren't even on the scale of a B movie. All the background scenes, ocean, sky, buildings, boats, everything looks like a cartoon background. There's even a flying CGI character that looks like a stuffed animal on a fishing pole. I take that back. A stuffed animal on a fishing pole would have looked better than this. It pops in and out time to time. It adds some cuteness, but in the end, it just looks fucking weird. The action scenes are horribly choreographed, which is something I wasn't expecting with Chan on board here. I thought maybe, he would do something about that. But besides the Chan Schwarzenegger fight, which I will say I actually enjoyed that moment and thought it was fun, it was worth watching this movie just to see that. But I probably should, after that, just have turned this off. All the action scenes are deliberately slow and artificially sped up. There's even this time where they're fighting on a carriage that is maybe moving at 2-3 miles an hour. It was probably stationary and green screen like everything else in this movie. But there's a soldier that falls off and he's like, ooh, oh, and ah! All the action and fight scenes are generic Crouching Tiger ripoffs where they speed it up, edit, close up, slow motion, edit, close up, speed up, slow down, and they throw in a bass line like boom. And then you'll hear some grunting just for that effect. You know the style that was really popular in the early 2000s? There's even fans that are used as weapons. Why the fuck did she just do that? That is the most impractical combat move I've ever fucking seen. Chop in some dialogue like,
"Stop it. How are you doing this?"
Delivered in the most awkward dub over, and it's official, guys. I feel dumber for having watched this movie. And what was up with the dubbing anyways? You have one character whose lips are in sync, who's talking to another character whose lips are all out of sync, but yes, that explains it all. Why no one in this movie looks like they know what the fuck's going on, what they're doing, or what line the actor in front of them just said.
Princess, how are you? Who's in the palace?
She's an evil witch. She uses a mask with the princess's face and rules in her stead.
Our brother just swore to give his life in service of that witch. She tricked all of us.
It was just actors spitting out lines, not even knowing what the actor or character that they were supposed to be communicating with was even saying. Which is really weird because some obviously are speaking English, while others are not. But the weird thing, like I was saying, about this is some look like they are obviously speaking English, and yet the dub over was still off track and sync. This movie is just fucking weird. I'm really sorry. I couldn't have better news for this one. As a true Arnold Schwarzenegger fan who, like I said earlier, was my childhood idol, I actually have to say, you can do better in this, Arnie. I'll give the Iron Mask an F. So anyways, guys, do me a favor. If you like this video, smash that subscribe button right down there. Like, comment, share, all that good stuff. But until next time, do it now.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just